Star Renegades is a dimension-spanning roguelite strategy RPG. Outsmart uniquely generated adversaries, forge bonds between heroes, and end the cycle. Hello and welcome to another Reflections video. Today we're talking about Star Renegades, which was developed by Massive Damage Inc. and published by Raw Fury, and it came out on the 8th of September as a version 1 release. The game has absolutely stunning and beautiful pixel art style and animation, and it's brilliant to look at. It's very beautiful. The colors are all in a pink, orange hues. There's also blue, as you can see here on the title screen. But it looks very beautiful. It is a turn-based game, and it has a timeline-based system, which is, for me, very unique. At the top of the screen, you have a timeline. Every turn is 60 seconds, and you see your, as well as the enemy's attacks when they happen on that timeline. So your goal is to hit the enemy first before they hit you. So all of your characters, when they manage to hit the enemy before it can attack, you crit. On the other hand, if the enemy attacks you first, they crit, obviously. And also, you can push the enemy out of the timeline. Their attacks are indicated by the green number here. If they crit, they stagger the enemy and push them further behind in the timeline. If you do that until they reach the end of the timeline, you break them. So basically you stun them, you confuse them, they are not able to attack you, which is basically what you want. You can't do that indefinitely, of course, because that would be OP, but it is a great mechanic that you can use to your advantage to, dodge really heavy attacks, for example. Not dodge in the sense of evading it, but dodging in the sense of, the attack just doesn't happen. Which is a really cool system, and it's enjoyable. There is an extensive tutorial in the game telling you all about it. There's lots to read with pictures. It's a good tutorial. It is very helpful. But I have found that after playing it, for the first time, you're doing the tutorial, yes, you think you understand everything. There's so much information that at least I made a couple of mistakes at first. Because I comprehended it, yes, but it didn't really work out that well. But it's a fun combat system, and the more you play, obviously, the more you get used to it, the better you are. Classic, isn't it? This game is also a roguelite game, and I really like the way they incorporated the roguelite aspect into the story. There are parallel universes, and yours is being attacked right now by aliens. You need to defeat them. But the game already tells you at the start that if you fail, it doesn't matter, just send a message to the next parallel universe, warn them, and then obviously you play them, and you've got the same characters, and I like the way they did that. It's very smart. It's cheeky, but very smart. Also, I just talked about characters. There are various different characters that you can play in a squad, and here on the title screen you see the first 3. Those are the ones you start with, and they have different abilities. They have different weapons. Also, you can find more equipment, you can find more weapons, you can find armor as well, make them stronger, level them up, so it's easier for you when you do that next time. There is a mechanic similar to Darkest Dungeon. If you've played that, there is camping. So after a day, you get to camp, and you sit around a campfire, obviously, and you can use cards. So beware, this is not a card game, but there are a couple cards that you can use during camping, and what they do is, they make you stronger during combat. They could heal you, they could give you a buff for the next 2 fights, for example, or they could also further your relationship with a character in the squad. So depending on whether you use a card on the one character that owns the card, okay, nothing happens, or you use it on a different character, then that will progress that relationship. And if characters have a good relationship, and then they are able to create combo attacks, for example, which is a really nice feature. Those combo attacks use fury, so you need to build that up, and then you're OP. Not everything is OP, but I think that this game draws a very good line between, okay, this is something that's really OP, but you can only use it a limited amount of time, which is good. However, there are some, some things that I don't like about this game, and that is, for example, the wobbling screen. You can already see that, right? So even in the title menu, you've got the screen, and it's wobbling around all the time, and I wonder why. Like, this is not necessary. For me, it doesn't do anything. It makes me nauseous if I look at it too long. Unfortunately, there is no setting to turn this off. You can turn off screen shake, which is really nice, but you can't turn off the wobbling. Please make that happen. Please, it can't be so difficult. Also, during combat, you've got your characters on the left side, you've got the enemy characters on the right side, and you can inspect them, and when you attack, you need to click on, the enemy you attack, the target, and the camera angle changes because the camera is just focusing on your character because you are you starting the attack, and then it's focusing on the enemy, your target. I don't like this. I know Darkest Dungeon did that too. I'm not a fan. I want my camera to be static, so that would be amazing to be able to turn that off. I don't think it shouldn't be that difficult, right? So hopefully we'll get to see that in an update. That would be good. Another thing that I couldn't really get behind is the walking on the map. It seems a bit pointless. There are points of interest on the map. There are citizens that you can talk to, but only you click on them and they say something, but you can't. There's no dialogue for you to pick. It's just, this is it. That's what they have to say. Or there's a point of interest, and then it's a teeny tiny bit of lore, but I don't really think that that's actually contributing anything to the story. You walk around, and there's not much choice. You've got the linear path in the beginning, at least. And that's it. So I hope that later on in the game this will change. I'm not at a point where I have a map and I have to decide actually which path to take. I see the whole map, and I've got a couple of days to go to my objective and clear it. And there are different routes I can take, and yes, here it makes sense. But before that, it doesn't really make any sense, because you don't need to read the lore from points of interest. And if there's anything super important, like an objective, it's marked anyway, so you know where you have to go. Other things you could find would be equipment, weapons, cards for camping, for example. But everything's pointed out. It's not like you actually need to go around and explore. It's just, okay, oh wait, this is there, let's go over here. Let's go over here. This is where we need to go next. But it doesn't feel like you're exploring. It doesn't feel like you're actually achieving anything with this. So I think, I hope at least, that they're gonna make walking around a bit better later on in the game. That's a minor thing though. Overall, I generally enjoy this game, and I'm gonna play more of it, certainly. As I said, I love the pixel art style. It's absolutely beautiful. I had a lot of fun with this. I played a preview build on stream a couple of weeks ago already, and now I played the version 1, and it's good. It's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna play more of this. I like turn-based games and roguelites, and I really enjoy the timeline battle system, which is unique to me. Overall, it's a good game, and I'm enjoying it, and I will be playing more of this. If you're actually interested in the game, Star Renegades is currently 10% off on my very own game store on the Nexus store. I put a link down in the description. Check it out if you're interested. The purchase would support me, obviously, and yeah, have a look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!